Hi, I'm Michelle Newton, co-founder and president of Making Change.
Gahandi Kwe, Shishwabak Nandishnakas, Makwadodam Ramadonshtamba. Hi, my name is Sarah Cunningham. I'm the Women's Advocacy Project Coordinator here in Simcoe County for the Women and Children's Shelter of Barrie.
Hi there, my name is Dale Boyle, pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm with the Safer Spaces team.
My name is Shelley Skinner, I'm the president of Uplift Black.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Armstrong, and I'm the founder of a nonpartisan organization called Politics for Women, whose aim is to encourage women to get involved in politics through education, encouragement, and engagement.
I'm Jesse Kerr from the Sandbox Centre. In my personal and professional life, I seem to come across all sorts of adversity to the idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion. People don't seem to want to have a conversation about it. Why is it that it takes missing Indigenous women, deaths in the LGBTQ+ community, and certainly the highly publicized deaths we've all seen on TV that spurred the Black Lives Matter movement in order to make change? It's going to take all of us. We need to have a conversation. We want all of the stakeholders to come to the table. At Sandbox Centre, we're committed to pursuing and providing support that will empower stakeholders. We want people to take meaningful action to foster equity, equality, and inclusion across our region.
What we're finding to be a common thread is a sense of resistance. And by that I mean resistance to acknowledging that anti-Black racism exists, or that there is systemic racism in all of the parts of the society that we're in. Because we're all part of this network right now, this system that surrounds us where anti-Black racism is one of the founding pieces. And for us to be able to acknowledge that, overcoming that innate resistance to the idea, gives us an opportunity to begin the work.
Pay equity. We need equal pay here in Simcoe County. In 2016, in Ontario, women roughly earned less than men by $7,200. That's $18 billion in the Ontario economy, foregone income for women.
I continue to think about why does this work matter and why does inclusion matter. I think about how there are an inaccessibility for folks to access healthcare in our communities, how despite the recent advancements in human rights protections and societal shifts in positive attitudes, folks are still unable to access adequate healthcare services or fully knowledgeable and confident healthcare services pertaining to queer and trans inclusion needs. I think about the impacts of history when we look at our older adult community, when we look at folks who may feel pressured to go back into the closet to ensure that their health care and their service that they're accessing at that time when they need services is not going to be jeopardized by disclosing their sexual orientation or gender identity, or identifying the true relationship of their partner that they're bringing alongside them to access services or to live with along in that home environment.
If women are at the table giving their experiences and their expertise, then those decisions become better. They enable us to meet the needs of a wider variety of people, including women.
Visibility matters. When I walk down the streets, I don't see faces that represent myself, and I worry about my children and their future and how they see themselves represented in their community. We need to focus on visibility and mentoring and encouraging leaders in our community that come from various different backgrounds, cultures, and understand the cultural add that cultural diversity can bring.
The members of the Women's Advocacy Council is really addressing the gender gaps here and also the barriers that we have in Simcoe County, especially when it comes to our marginalized communities, such as Indigenous women and girls, our LGBTQ2S, and our non-conforming communities, as well as our migrant and newcomer women and girls.
I continue to see those experiences of discrimination and bias as we look at queer and trans communities, and that fuels my passion around why this work matters and why we need to talk about how to foster inclusion within our organizations, how to build processes, institutional and systemic, to allow people to bring their full self to service and to work, and to be able to not be concerned or fearful when they connect with community and when they connect with others and when they are able to finally comfortably be who they truly are.
From a basic statistical perspective, we have 18% of mayors in Canada and 28% of councillors who are female. That's inequality. We have less than 30% of our MPs are women. We have less than 40% of our members of Provincial Parliament Ontario who are women. That's inequality. We are 50% of the population, and at the highest, most important tables of decision making, we're not equal, and we need to work towards making that change.
History has taught people, both older adults and younger alike, that you need to protect your identity and keep it disclosed in order to prevent harassment to occur. And that's unfortunate and that's unfair. And it's not necessarily our individual responsibility, but collectively we have to acknowledge that history has impacted people, and the institutions we represent need to acknowledge that history in order to overcome that.
What drives us and keeps us motivated to move forward is the opportunity. On the other side of that resistance becomes an opening of hearts, an opening of minds, and in essence, maybe a physical opening of doors where people and organizations are looking to unlearn and learn. And they want to be on a journey of becoming more inclusive. They want to understand how every diverse member of their organization contributes in their own unique way. So it becomes a case of never asking anyone to fit into something, but building something new that they can all be part of.